Obviously, the Tyrone Taylor at bat sets up that whole inning. What have you seen out of him offensively lately?
He's more athletic on the ball. That's where he starts. I thought I'm gonna go back to spring training, and then out of the gate, he was like too mechanic. I feel like maybe the series against the Nationals, where he's like, hey, let's be athletic, just be you, and then he started controlling the strike zone and started, putting the barrel on the ball, because I thought he was missing a lot of good pitches to hit early on, and now, like I said, because he's getting to a better position, he's getting the barrel, he's doing a better job of controlling the strike zone, and he's a good player.
The pitching, obviously, again, it seems like we're talking about it every day, but specifically out of the bullpen today, what did you see from the guys that came in?
Yeah, throwing strikes, making pitches when they needed it. Butto was, coming in with the bases loaded there and gets to a 3-2 count, and is able to execute a pitch and get a ground ball to get out of the inning, goes back out, and then Brazovan comes in and he's able to, give us a couple ups on a day where going in, I knew we were going to. I was trying to keep it at 20 pitches because of how much he's been throwing. Even though he's had 2 days off, Castillo comes in and gets a huge out, and then Sugar, attacking using both of his pitches. 2-out walk, but then he went right after Tauchman. But overall, those guys coming out of the bullpen, understanding the situation, making big pitches, and just attacking hitters.
Tony?
I think I probably asked you this exact same question 2 weeks ago, but what allows Lindor to be so automatic in those situations where you just kind of have to put a ball in play?
Well, the confidence, he knows he's good. His ability to slow the game down, the moment's never too big for him. And he's aggressive, with good pitches to hit. He's got conviction when he's making those decisions, and that's what great players do. And over and over, he keeps doing it. We got a few of them like that too. That you feel really good about your chances when they're at the play with the game on the line. And right away, he didn't waste any time. He was ready to go from first pitch, and the game was over.
Dave, behind you.
Carlos, you just talked before the game. Alvarez was having a hard time handling fastballs. I think on that 8th inning at bat, a cutter, a couple change-ups, but then he got 98, drove it right through the infield. Did that look like kind of an at bat that he's more capable of having?
Yeah, and not only that, he got to the fastball, he was able to work on at bat. The previous two, he went out there and saw 2 pitches. When Hauser had live and movement and all that. His ability to work on that bat, and yes, good sign that he got to a good fastball and he was able to put the barrel, but that's where it starts, getting on time, so allows you to make some good swing decisions, and it was good to see him getting us going there in the 8th.
Peter?
What did you see from Soto's at bat in the 8th, obviously, and just what was the magnitude, I guess, on the day you guys were kind of struggling to come through until that point?
Yeah, it's kind of like, the Lindor. Those guys know the situation, know they have a really good understanding what the pitcher's trying to do to them. Left on left, he knows that I got to get the ball in the air, not trying to do too much. They're trying to get him to hit a ground ball, obviously, and he was able to get a good pitch and execute. So that's what makes those guys who they are, because in those moments they have a really good awareness of the situation.
Down on the left.
Carlos, you talked before the game about finding more of a role, I guess, for Akuna. But how important is he being able to do what he did today, pinch running, using that speed to get that run?
Yeah, he's a weapon, and even though he's not getting everyday playing time, you feel like at some point he's going to come in and he's going to do something that's going to help you win a baseball game, whether it's defensively, base running. Yesterday he gets on a bat and puts the ball in play. It's not an easy role when you starting your career. But I feel like he's in a good place mentally. I think that the coaches are doing a good job of preparing him for a lot of different scenarios, whether it's base running wise, defensively, offensively, and he's buying in. So, but it's important to have someone like that and what he brings to the table.
Laura?
What did Adrian Hauser do that was so effective against your
He
lineup?
was really good. He was really, really good. I thought he was able to maintain the velo, with the way that the ball was coming out. It was 95, 96. The movement, I thought the changeup was really good. And he kept attacking. That's one thing. He didn't shy away from contact. We have few at-bats where guys went out there swinging at the first pitch, and he kept them in the ground, and I thought, and last outing against Seattle, then I'm gonna go back to the last one he had in AAA. Watching videos, like the velos there, so he was on.